What's up, YouTube? We're here with NBSB Gaming, back once again with another video. We're here with Trent Burris. Just got third place at the Yuma Regional. Trent, you want to get into the profile?
Bro, yeah, dude. This deck, I love Purrely. That's the deck I played, NBSB. Yeah, so let's get into the profile. I'm just gonna start out with all the Purrely cards, kind of unload them. So obviously start out with 3 of the main deck monster Purrely, 3 per Lily, every copy of the memories you can play, and yeah. So I don't think there's much to be said about each memory. I think each memory just summons each one. It's vitally important you open at least one, if not hopefully more than one. I saw some people playing 2. I'm not really sure why you would do that, because even just having the level 1, even if being negated or anything, is valuable for Zeus. Yeah, ratio is obviously really good. I wish Delicious was in more. That's it for that. And then on to the non-quick plays and non-monsters. 3 My Friends, 3 field spells, and the 1 trap. So what's really cool about playing 3 My Friend is obviously that you have infinite consistency and a lot of follow-up. You can add any cards you want, but most importantly, when you play 3 Street, you guarantee a Street add. So when people play 2 Street, when you need to play against Cashier, which I played 4 of, you have a bunch of targeting that they have to chew through Street first to get to your Purrelys, meaning that they are forced to target this or this, and if they target this, they're targeting monsters, which means they probably lose to Zeus or Noir. You don't really need 2 traps. It kind of sucks when you draw it, in that you don't get to set it for free, but it just means you can destroy something else, or you could make a different play. Sometimes you can just end on Beauty with 4 materials. It kind of does the same thing. Yeah, I don't think I need to really speak more on the ratios for these cards. Yeah, I wouldn't play the other new trap. Maybe in the side. It's super experimental, but yeah, maybe I'll play with it at some point in the future. Here's a really contentious card. I played 3 Prosperity. I think 3 Prosperity was super necessary. I think it can be right when your hand's particularly not good to banish 6. Most of the time I was banishing 3, and if I drew more than 1, I was just discarding the other one. I never really resolved more than 1, except in the last round, when I should have just honestly on turn 1 just banished 6. So, and honestly for the reason for playing 3, you just want to see it. You just need to be able to dig 6 cards in your deck, or 3 cards in your deck, and just see a Purrely card, see Book of Moon, anything like that, to just get you going. This can reveal side deck cards. I just don't understand why you would play 2 of cards you always want to see in your hand. Yeah. And then that's kind of it for the like quote-unquote engine. For the kind of defensive cards, I elected to play Ash Blossom. I really liked Ash. I can see an argument for playing something a little bit stronger or something a little more defensive, but you do need something you to draw off Noir. I never really pulled off the draw like 6 or draw 4. I draw like 3 or 2 sometimes. But just being able to draw into Ash gives you that one little extra thing that you can throw at your opponent, slows them down, you have a ton of follow-up, tons of plays to end on. So, yeah, it doesn't turn skip them like Gamma or whatever, but it does help a lot. So I definitely think Ash was a worthwhile to include, and I probably would play it again. A card I definitely would never play without in this format is Droll and Lockbird. Round 2 I played against Vanadium, and that was a 12-minute round because game 2 he activated Clarium, I changed role, he says go ahead. Like this card will turn skip everyone. Funnily enough, I have never had my turn skipped from it because I play in the draw phase, because I do not play Talents. Talents forces you to play in the main phase, and that's honestly really bad. You're just letting your opponent draw you to rip 1 card out of their hand, and then they might not even draw you, so then you have a dead card in your hand. Why wait for your opponent to react, or make your opponent react rather than just set up a board? If this becomes dead, whatever. I was keeping it a lot though, wasn't discarding it. I was discarding Engine and ending on a weaker board, because at the end of the day, Noir has a lot of outs, but Beauty with a follow-up with hand traps doesn't have a lot of outs. So yeah, Droll and Lockbird, super crazy. I also play 3 Imperm. I know some people don't like Imperm in this deck, but the odds of you drawing it off of Noir, fairly low, but if you draw it off Noir, you have follow-up, as I said before, If you're getting Zeus, you're getting whole board wiped anyways, so this is in your hand, you draw off Noir, you go your turn, Imperm, it's negated, you have to deal with it. I see no reason not to play this. They can't kill you through Noir anyways, so if you have Noir and you're drawing, it doesn't matter if you drew this because you're going to win that game anyways. So this is a super powerful defensive card. Obviously doesn't play talents, which I only got talents in a few times, but it never really mattered. Yeah, Imperm's super strong. And then lastly, I played 5 books. I wanted to keep the deck count at 40 because I just, with Delicious at 1, definitely want to get your starters, so just keep the deck count as low as possible. This card was single-handedly the best card in my whole deck, and this card was single-handedly the second best card in my deck that was not Engine. There is not a lot more to say other than this will turn skip Kashtira, this will turn skip Synchrons, this will turn skip Infernobles, this will turn skip every deck that is not Rescue Ace and is not Unchained. So even against Unchained, it can be kind of annoying because they're trying to link with your stuff. You put it face down, can't link with your stuff. It also has applications that happened quite a bit where I was drawing it. I was going Purrely in the draw phase, summoning defense, and they were going target with Imperm or Mourner, just chain book, put it face down. I had one guy who really did not want me to get to my friend, even though I had it in hand. It was very funny. I go activate Sleeping Memory, summon Purrely. He goes target with Imperm. I chain book Eclipse. He chains Ash, which was interesting. And I move to the main phase. I free to activate my friend Purrely, and I set up a Beauty, and he has 4 cards in his hand. He can't outplay for Beauty. It's very funny. Yeah. It got lanced a few times because I did play against a lot of cash, but really was strong. And then, yeah, let's move on to the extra deck. So for the extra deck, I played 2 Noir, 2 Happy, 2 Beauty, 1 Purrely Noir, and 1 Plump. Never need a second one. The Banishing effect came up once. The bounce came up once for this. Didn't need a second one. I never put these 2 back. Banish one of these on Prosperity, but it's worth keeping 2, which knows you don't draw Prosperity, and it's good follow-up. I played a lot of Beauty control, where I was never getting Noir anyways, and even if I was scared of Book of Moon. This might lose to Book of Moon, but this loses less to Book of Moon, whereas this instantaneously loses to Book of Moon with the trap. So this is really cool. 2 Happiness. I don't know why you wouldn't play 2 of this. I never banish these off Prosperity. This card will single-handedly win you games. And then 2 Noir, you need it for if you get ripped by Unicorn. I never banished off Prosperity because when one goes back, this one can get outed, and then you need the other one to come back. If you need the one to come back, so yeah, just keep 2 in your deck. For the non-Purrely cards, I played 2 Zeus. It came up 2 times. I would play 2 Zeus again. I think that is the conclusion I've drawn. It might be nice to have in 3rd link, but I think 2 Zeus was strong. Downerd for the Big Zeus and Slacker Magician. This is the best ranked one you can play because Kashtira does this, and Kashtira is the arguably best deck. So you want to stop them from being able to stop you from Zeusing them, which you need to do going through. Princess Sprite, I resolved this effect 1 time. It was okay, but there is not a better card to play in this slot because you do need another rank 1, and sometimes Slacker Magician is not enough. And I played 2 links. So this was a Friday night decision before the regional. I was fearing Contact Scene, and this beats Dimensional Barrier, which is hilarious. I got Dimensional Barrier 4 times, and I did not lose to it once, because one time I made Masquerade, I set a spell, and then I Azalea his Fenrir, and he passed. So, and the rest of the times, I made Azalea a bunch of times, and I beat 3 Imperms, or 3 Dimensional Barriers with Azalea alone, and set Book of Moon, set Imperm, go ahead. So, continue to Dimensional Barrier this deck, and I'll continue to beat Dimensional Barrier with this deck. On the side deck. So for the side deck, I have 3 Dimensional Barrier, good in the mirror, good in Kashtira. I decided in going against Kashtira because X by Z's beat you. The monsters do not, because you have the 3 field spell. If you're not playing 3 field spell, probably shouldn't play some limit. You do lose to back row, but I think it's just a risk we're willing to take. I think you just need to hit Floodgates with this. More importantly, just skill drain. So you just need 1 target removal. I don't play Master Removal. It's quite strong. This can also beat Unchained cards. I didn't play any against Unchained, but overall really good. Then I played 2 Mag, 1 Druis. This was for lab, branded, everything it's good against, as well as I was particularly scared of the Chimera deck, because I don't think that deck has a particularly hard time with your deck, especially with Super Poly and stuff. So this being able to just have bodies. This also, if you get debarriered against Labyrinth, really strong because you just have 5k on board. They have to deal with it right away, and this clears like skill drained ladies and stuff, so it's great. I played 3 belt. This was just primarily for Labyrinth and I guess branded, but mostly just for Labyrinth. I sided against Synchrons. I drew it once, didn't matter. This could have been DD Crows, could have been anything. I didn't play any mirrors, so it might bias my opinion on it. But looking back, I would have played it again, was scared of Labyrinth enough to warn it. And then the last and most important card that I think every Purrely deck should play on their side is 3 Crossout Designators. So this was the last minute. This is so saucy. It's crazy. Every time this card has been theorized before now, it's been formats where you don't know what's going to happen to you, and they're main decking it. Why, main decking, brain it, whatever. You have no idea if they're going to ash you. No idea. It's just a useless card that doesn't do anything. But in this format, everyone has books. Everyone has Eclipse. Everyone has Imperm. Everyone has Droll. Everyone has Ash. Everyone has D-Barrier. What that allows you to do is going second and first, you side in 3 Crossout, especially against Kashtira, and they're playing every single card you're playing that stops you. And you're playing every card that stops them. So meaning you get to play all the really good cards in your deck, and you get to stop all their really good cards. So why would you not just play the card?
Awesome, dude.
Why would you not just play a card that automatically wins you? It won me my last round where I attacked with a Zeus per game. He chains Book of Moon to attack, chain Crossout called Book of Moon. I was already playing my deck for his deck. And it happened. I used Crossout against Kashtira primarily because it was just insane. I crossed out Imperm, Droll, Ash, Book of Eclipse, and D-Barrier. Just all around very funny. Very, very crazy card. I think you should play this in Purrely right now in this format. The format shifts, maybe not good, but yeah. Overall, awesome tournament. 4 Kashtira, 1 Manatium, 1 Infernoble, and 2 Synchrons. Unfortunately, my loss was Synchron, which that deck is really scary, but I did beat a Calamities, which was very funny. But other than that, this deck was awesome. NBSB for life.
Hey, Trent, is there any shoutouts that you want to give just for the end of the video?
Oh, shoutouts, of course. Shout out to my mom, she's the best. Shout out to Rare and Sleeveless, the shop we're at. Best new shop in San Diego, period. Sereno Valley area. Come on down, it's amazing. Shout out to NBSB, everyone that came in the car with me, Jimbo, Sid, and Ed. They're amazing. Shout out to Ron. And yeah, shout out to everyone who supported me and tested with me. You're all the goat. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Trent. Thank you for the profile. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. And we'll see you soon. NBSB is coming your way.